and this is Behind the Buzz. Joining us today is Sheinwald from Cavalry Fund. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. And can you tell us a little bit about your professional background and how you ended up being co-founder of Cavalry Fund?
It's kind of a winding story, actually. I went to West Point and became an Army officer. I was actually in the Cavalry. The fund was named by my partner, who was not in the Cavalry. He loved the name. And spent since 1995 working with small emerging growth companies. We thought it'd be a great idea in early 2014 to start funding those companies with, a special situations fund.
Amazing. And for some of our audience that might not know, might not be familiar with Cavalry Fund, can you give us some insight on what you do and how you operate?
Absolutely. So, as a part of the market for public companies that are under $300 million in valuation, a lot of people call them not small caps, but micro cap public companies. It's very difficult for these entrepreneurs to raise capital. We're there to provide them with emerging growth capital. They're at a key inflection point to get to the next level. And so they'll come to us. They may need as little as $500,000 to maybe $10 million. At times, it's like Shark Tank for small public companies. They come, they pitch us their great idea. We sit back, decide if we'll give them money, how much, in what form.
Amazing. So, Cavalry Fund focuses on the small cap market when it comes to identifying and creating investment opportunities. Why is that? Why the small cap market?
Oh, first of all, you got to have a passion, I think, for these early stage companies.
Definitely.
I've invested in Microsoft and in IBM and a lot of big companies. At the end of the day, you put your money in, you hope something happens. When we invest in these small companies, we're making a huge impact. We're dealing directly with the CEO, the CFO, the board of directors, and we're really the guys, doing job creation. We can see our dollars going to work and creating jobs.
And lastly, when it comes to investing, what sectors do you focus on? Do you have a specific sector that you guys focus on?
That's a great question. I mean, we are generalists, so we've invested in almost anything you can think of. But, today we're seeing a lot of hemp companies. There's hemp-infused coffee to edibles. Obviously, cannabis isn't federally legal, but we're seeing a lot of U.S. companies go public in Canada. We've been involved with that. We're seeing that when the crypto craze was here, we funded some of those companies. The remnants of that now is blockchain technology, which is used in software companies. So we're usually on the forefront and the cutting edge of those businesses. And our model is to be 6 months to a year early in our investing before the general public is really well aware. Okay. So there is a lot of risk, but there's a lot of reward if we pick the right players to bet on.
Of course. That all sounds so amazing. And thank you so much for being here today and sharing all of that information with us. This has been Behind the Buzz.